I'm back? Gah, I am so back! But where am I back at, exactly? Oh, it looks like today's mod is about very large, floaty boys. And if you are currently wondering how this is possible in Halo 3's 15-year-old game engine, well, we'll get into that eldritch nightmare in a little bit. First, let me show you guys what Halo 3 Pimps at Sea is all about. The scenario starts out with you and the boys being deployed on a hostile Covenant-controlled island with the sole objective of finding a mythical hidden treasure somewhere in the area. You then end up commandeering a large ship and sailing around the nearby islands picking up clues and fighting off dudes. Obviously this mod is intended to be somewhat satirical, but I did my best to make it both look and play just as good as the base game campaign missions. And in order to make that happen, I once again had to call upon the man himself, Vocal Butcher, to voice Sergeant Johnson.
Yo ho ho and a boatload of guns.
We also have Luxor and myself voicing Dave and David the Marines, respectively, and if you can't stand my godforsaken voice acting, which I do not blame you for, you are free to blow me up with one of the ship's cannons. Oh, when did that get? There are actually quite a few new things to play around with in this mod. We have boat hogs, deployable man cannons, and even amphibious ghosts. Though, why can't normal ghosts float on water? I mean, it's anti-gravity, shouldn't it? The mod also has a climactic boss battle between a pirate ship and a Covenant Scarab, which might just be the most gratuitous thing I have ever designed. So much so that it ate the entire budget for the mod, which is why I want to give a big thanks to today's sponsor, Opera GX. This is your boring old browser. And this is Opera GX. And this is Opera GX with customizable mods to let you spice up your experience. Like this. I don't know if you guys have heard of this little modding thing yet, but let me tell you, it's pretty neato. There's some swood mods out there, which include background music, keyboard sounds, opening and closing tabs, themes and colors, and even dedicated wallpapers. You can even merge mods together and customize them how you like. Halo 3 can't even do that. Opera GX also has AI built right into the sidebar, which can be incredibly helpful for when you forget which C# library has the file reader in it. And as we all know, AI isn't just a productivity tool, it can also be a fairly entertaining distraction. Another great feature of Opera GX is the GX control panel. Most browsers consume your RAM like they're the flood, but Opera GX is built for performance, which is excellent for when you have 80 tabs open on the Elden Ring wiki because you're trying to make a new build. And I know switching browsers can be kind of a pain, especially when you have a lot of extensions that you rely on, but Opera GX is compatible with all Google Chrome extensions, so no need to worry. You can import your settings from your old browser and be up and running in no time. So what are you waiting for? Check out Opera GX today. Add over. So, did I mention that I taught Master Chief how to swim in this mod? He's honestly a natural at it. Mamma mia! Well, anyways, I want to talk a little bit about the technical details and design of this mod. And one of the biggest things I've learned from doing this project is that it was a bad idea. Now, I'm not going to say that I utterly failed and nothing works. In fact, this mod actually runs pretty well overall. But it did require an enormous amount of tinkering to get it all to fit together. In my original plan for this project, I wanted to do a lot more intricate things with the ship battles, like having enemies swing across ropes to board your ship, and the AI running around using cannons and turrets and all sorts of cool stuff. But it just ended up being far too difficult to get it all working cleanly. I mean, honestly, the ship itself is sort of a nightmare of code on its own. There are hundreds of lines of code just dedicated to making it sail on a fixed path without freaking out and going straight into orbit. This is an actual line of code that I wrote, and if you asked me to explain it in a comment, I would simply run away screaming. The 3DS project for the ship's model data is so dense that I ended up getting a new computer halfway through this project just so it would stop lagging so hard while I was trying to work on it. In terms of complexity, it's similar to a Scarab, but with just a lot more stuff attached. 20 cannons, 3 turrets, 2 deployable boat hogs, and 4 mongoose in the hold that you can launch out of the side. It also has some climbable ropes so you can haul yourself back on board if you fall in the water, or spider monkey your way up the mast and find yourself a nice comfy spot to snipe from. And yes, these were a total pain in the ass to animate.
This is absurd behavior. Mr. Chief, face the camera.
Overall, though, this ship is an absolute unit, and it's a miracle I got it working as well as I did. Here's the plot twist, though. The original plan for this mod was almost the complete opposite of what it ended up actually being, and there's quite an arc to it. The idea for this project was originally a big team battle PvP thing, with ships acting as bases. I also wanted to have the ships be fully destructible and eventually sink if you blew enough holes in them with the cannons. We actually got like 80% of the mod done with that concept before running into issues. The first problem was the complexity of the ship itself. I got as far as breaking the ship down into 16 regions and designating areas for damage before realizing that modeling multiple stages of destruction, both visual and physical, along with creating all the debris for broken planks, snapped ropes, and various other things, would take me the rest of my fucking life. Like, sure, if I had 3 interns working on this night and day for months on end, it could have worked out, but I'm just not that good of a modeler on my own to make that happen. The other major setback came in the form of netcode issues. While the ship works perfectly fine in campaign co-op, it has some desync issues in multiplayer that we couldn't solve. Funnily enough though, the bug that caused this issue is actually present in the original Halo 3 Xbox release, but is almost imperceptible because of the scale of it. The issue basically boils down as follows. When you have localized physics on a moving vehicle, there is a position desync for objects that are on that vehicle. And the larger the vehicle is, the larger the desync gets. You can actually see this desync on the elephant from Sandtrap, but it only moves objects a couple feet at most. On a vehicle as big as the ship in my mod though, the desync is so bad it basically breaks the game, making objects move hundreds of feet at a time. And so there was a long time where I just sat on this project, not sure what to do with it. Until one day, I decided to just pivot, switching my focus onto a co-op campaign mission of some kind. Originally, I wanted to do some kind of open world, randomly generated sort of thing, where you have to dig up treasure and decipher clues, but I quickly found there was also issues with that. Primarily, that in order to have AI characters interact with the ships, I would have to drastically rework how they functioned and remove the ability for players to drive them. After considering options for a while, I came upon the simplest solution though. Captain Johnson.
I always knew I'd be Captain Material.
Instead of having the players sail the ship, I would just have a story mission where Sergeant Johnson would sail the ship and give the players objectives and basically just lead them on a fun, linear mission. By making the mission linear, it also allowed me to handcraft each encounter in ways that would have not been easy to do with random generation. And it also allowed me to have more fun characterizations with the Marines sailing with you.
Hot damn, Chief! Nice shoot! Wouldn't have thought the Spartan program would have covered full table candid like that.
Overall, I think this idea did work out really well in the end, even if it took a long time to get there, and was incredibly buggy as well, because shockingly, having battles fought on giant moving objects actually makes them way more prone to bugging out, and simultaneously makes them a lot harder to debug as well. Oh, who could have seen this coming? Oh no! So for the last section, let's discuss what worked and what didn't in this mod. I feel like the vibe I was imagining for this mod ended up spot on. It manages to be a coherent, simple story that's also goofy and non-serious fun, which I once again have to thank the voice actors for because they did such an excellent job. As for the visuals of the mod, I think it also turned out pretty good. It's fairly close to the graphical standard that the Halo 3 campaign has, at least mostly. I am a competent 3D modeler, but I am far from an expert, and there are a few, less than ideal meshes mixed in there. I did, however, find myself really impressed with the detail painting tool for Halo 3. They are hugely improved from the previous games, and creating dense foliage is a walk in the jungle, I guess? The main feature of this mod, though, the ship combat stuff, turned out okay, I think. It definitely falls short of greatness, but I also think it doesn't overstay its welcome either. I did at least manage to give each combat encounter a unique twist of some kind, so it never ends up being a slog. But I do wish I could have made it work a little better. One thing I do regret not being able to fix, though, is there is a slight jitter when the ship is moving. It's just one of those mystery bugs of the Halo 3 engine that I couldn't solve. As for the normal combat encounters on the islands, I think the fight variety is fairly decent as well, but it does suffer a bit from the map I made. Since this is a bunch of small tropical islands that are very flat and densely forested, the areas lack verticality, and they are very difficult to take cover in. The dense foliage that I created on these levels would work good for taking cover in multiplayer since players can't see through it, but AI enemies are dirty wall hackers and it doesn't really work that well for them. I did try to work around this though by giving the players multiple options for every fight. So you usually don't have to fight on the ground against enemies, you can usually choose to either fight from the boat or using vehicles. The greatest failing in this mod though has to go to falling off the goddamn boat. There is unfortunately no way to detect if the player goes overboard and gets left behind. So if that happens, your best bet is honestly just to reload a checkpoint. Unless of course you're playing in co-op, then you could just have someone deploy the boat hog and come pick you up. But yeah, I do wish there was a way for me to make this work better, but it's just kind of fucked. So pro tip of the day, don't fall off the boat, Ninehead. Now we are just about done here, but what would one of these videos be without a couple of highlights from the beta testing crew?
Anti-son of a bitch is like completely typed out. That's funny. Well, I'm dead already. Everything
job.
just exploded.
Good job.
Don't know why everything exploded.
Green Knight is diligently testing the death mechanics of the mod.
Yeah, I'm purposely dying. Yeah, 100%. Wait, so can I drive these ghosts on the water or not? Oh.
Not those, the blue ones.
Oh yeah. You're right, I can.
What if you could jump onto the... Wait, can I jump
I
onto it?
Phantom.
Hold up. Yo? Let's go.
Hold on, I wanna come.
Hey guys, I found something cool up here, look.
Oh my god.
No. Here, have a bubble shield. Oh, bye.
Wait, I could jump on their boat.
I want you to know that at some point it's gonna despawn and you're gonna fall to your death.
No! Where are the boats back here? Oh, yeah, they're on the side. That's right.
Hey, by the way, I'm on the beach. Please don't. Oh!
Oh, you died.
A fucking jackal sniper got me. God damn it. Legendary jackal snipers, yeah.
Can you get on the goddamn ship, please?
Calm down. Going, goddamn. This would probably be like difficult without the Hornet.
It's actually not that bad if you use the missile pod on the boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, fly me over, I'll hop on
Sure,
it.
I'll get you on that. We're landing on the boat, boys.
I'm getting up. Alright, we're good to go.
Green Knight
Why?
instantly.
Why me?
The Banshee just said fuck you specifically.
No! I actually did. It was just like, yeah, you're dead.
I'm just murdering everything.
Oh my god!
He wanted you dead, dude.
What is on the AI? They hate me specifically.
Oh, that was so funny to watch.
Oh, nice shot with the cannon though.
So they get this half. Oh, you're a Hornet. It's like, why are there things blowing up?
By the way,
Oh.
Jacob. Jacob.
I got him. He's down.
Oh, Jacob. Oh, Jacob.
The plasma pistol failed us.
Get on the goddamn ship!
Oh
Bullseye.
I saw that.
That felt good.
There's a crazy battle going on. I don't know if I want to go over there.
Oh no, he's slightly faster than me. And with that, I think we're ready to wrap this video up. I want to give a big thanks to all the people who made this project possible. As always, I've included some Easter eggs for my patrons, so happy hunting out there. And if you're interested in seeing some more stuff, check out the second channel. I'll be doing a developer commentary video playing through the mod and talking about how it works tomorrow. So thank you all for watching, and since you made it this far, here's a little spoiler for you.
Let's pop this sucker open and see what we got. Oh, mommy. A physical copy of Cursed Halo 3 for the Nintendo Dreamcast.